Okay, I think we're on. I think we're working. What's up, guys? It is another edition of JitzOphrenia, Hawaii BJJ Lifestyle Show. My name is Kaiwiko'o. Jonny Varron is in the
Yo.
house. And our special guest today from Foundation BJJ Alliance, Mr. Jake Babian.
Thanks for having
How
me.
you, brother? How you, brother?
Good, brother.
Oh, you know what I was going to ask you? What? So, both, I think him and I we were able to, or both old enough to watch UFC 1. Yeah. So what UFC did you come into?
Around the hundreds.
Around hundreds? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I really got
Fighter.
into it like these last.
Do you
couple
remember?
Years,
Do you remember like who was the
I remember BJ Penn was holding it down, man.
Yeah.
For as long as I can remember. A lot of people like to say, oh, he's not there anymore, but man, that guy had what two whole divisions.
Yeah, bro.
That's
At the same time.
At the
bro.
same time.
Yeah,
That's
same
that's
time.
an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah,
And he's a
bro.
Hawaii boy, too, you
It's
know?
Hawaii boy. You
Like,
come from this little island. The
Yeah.
training out here is it's catching up, but
And like the game that you see that developed with, I wouldn't say leg lock game in MMA, but guys using legs more, just dexterity. I mean, BJ was the first one where like, oh my God, everybody has to now get
Yeah.
flexible and be able to rubber guard and things like that.
You gotta know it all now.
Yeah.
No, everything is like science and time and even using like eye pokes, like the use of like, wearing out the clock and no, it's kind of crazy. But I have a question for you. So,
Sir.
how did you get into jiu-jitsu and your favorite guys to watch in jiu-jitsu and stuff like that?
Well, how I got into the sport was I did a few years of wrestling back in high school, and I finished my senior year with breaking my collarbone, so I wasn't able to compete. So then after that, I kind of went sort of downhill with just missing it, and found jiu-jitsu one day. I was actually working, met a guy, and man, I've been there every day since I started, and now I'm following Flow Grappling, Gordon Ryan. Nicky Rod, he just came into the game.
Yeah,
All these, guys, they're making it.
You kind of gravitate towards the wrestlers as far as who you kind of inspired by because you're starting out as a wrestler.
Good question. I find myself, taking sides with it, but honestly seeing that they have bad habits in the game.
Yeah.
Like wanting to give their back, so they, because the rules are different and stuff. But good question, because I've learned with wrestling you can't always wrestle your opponent.
Because you never want to go on your back. Yeah.
I started out as a wrestler, and I still to this day I'm always just shooting in with my head.
Yeah.
Just like because I don't have to worry. You don't worry about getting choked, in wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's a fault of me nowadays when I like gotta get my head out.
Unless you're wrestling against a Schultz-trained wrestler.
Yeah.
I gave up single legs and double legs a long time ago just because of the guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't eat for a week after I got my first guillotine, so I just so now it's just arm drags, get to the back.
So,
Oh, yeah.
like the Marcelo Garcia approach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the king of... He actually...
I love that, bro. Arm drag to the back.
No, he revolutionized it.
Yeah,
because everybody was doing the single doubles and you get stuck, and then he just started... he was an alternate, and he just came in, just short, stocky guy with bushy hair. He started arm dragging and back taking guys, and he actually revolutionized the over-unders, like the seatbelt.
Yeah.
Because everybody used to go double unders because you had good control on keeping the back.
I think he paved the way too for using the guillotine as a position for sweeping, not just to choke, but like, who else is like that? The guy who does the podcast, God, why can't I think of his name? He looks like Jason Statham. Does this podcast with Keenan?
Josh Hinger.
Hinger.
Hinger
He rolls that out where like if he gets a hold of your neck, he ain't necessarily choking you. He can sweep the shit out of you.
There was different evolutions of the guillotine, because the original guillotine was, well, you can argue where it all started, but if we're gonna talk about like Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, it was like close guard, but Marcelo was doing the high elbow into like the half guard with the shin across the stomach and then the leg over the shoulder if you can. Yeah, and he ran with it. But the crazy thing is that a lot of guys would take the guillotine and they would just take the top, but he would just follow and go right to the mount. It's pretty crazy, because when he did that one Abu Dhabi, because everyone's like, okay, so he had when he put out his website mginaction.com and he started showing all his moves, everyone's like, man, everybody knows his back attacks. Like, what is he gonna do now? Because I thought that was pretty brave of him to create that website.
A lot of people do that when they have a specialty in something.
Yeah.
A lot of guys do that to get inspired too. Cause like if I give out my shit and people learn it, I have to come up with better shit.
But you know who actually started that before all of that all came about was BJ with the My Gym days.
Oh yeah, bro.
BJ was the first, cause I remember.
Can you still search those?
I believe so. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, but there's a lot. Like it's not really categorized correctly. But I remember when BJ was talking about it, he explained that he wanted to show all his moves, all his tricks, and all his knowledge on a free platform on his website. And I said, like, is that a good idea? Because, you know, wouldn't all the Brazilians get upset that you're showing all the secrets? And he goes, well, if anyone has a problem, then they can come down to Hilo, and if they can kick my ass, then I'll stop. But it was kind of like the Bruce Lee thing, like I'll stop teaching the foreigners, and then BJ was doing it, and then I don't know if it was the Frankie Edgar thing.
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't many people that were doing.
Nobody was. If
like
you really
a technique of the week,
if you really think about it, everything was like subscription, like, or you have to buy it from Black Belt magazine, or there was like what.
Bro, technique videos are so popular. White belts post videos.
Yeah. Well,
white belts post.
Good ones. Anybody.
Yeah, good ones too.
No, it's good.
I see some shit one time. I was like, oh shit, this guy's like 2-stripe white belts.
But Marcelo was the first competitor that I saw that put up a website, and he would show all his sparring matches, and he would show all his good stuff, like not just the basics. Like he showed everything he was working on for the competition, and I think Mendes brothers shortly followed.
You know, he's not afraid to show video when he gets tapped either.
No. That's why
I watched him rolling with Lovato, and Lovato guillotined him.
Yeah.
And just like poop, and he was like, oh, and it just kept going. I was like, hey man, that's like.
But that's why Marcelo's so successful, and that's why he was able to jump in bigger weight class, because he wanted to truly test himself. He didn't just say it. He's like, oh, one day I want to do it. Like, that's one thing I kind of wish that Hoffa would have done before he retired, was compete in the Open. But Marcelo was one of the few guys that actually.
Well, they say to be the best, you have to win the Open.
That was like the old school jiu-jitsu way. You know,
you enter every Open, Jake.
Every one of them.
Yeah. He's on his way.
They let you enter in kids. You would enter in kids.
Oh yeah. Take them all, bro.
Get big kids now.
Yeah, get big kids, bro.
No, and you're big time, bro. I seen some at Naga, bro. Somebody was submitted.
And then they go in the adults division after.
Yeah. And then they can medal twice.
Yeah.
Now, how do you? We grew up. Well, at least I know. I grew up, and probably you in part of your thing, with no access to video other than, whatever instructionals they had of Gracie's or whatever. But there was no videos, like you said. Instructional videos like today's day, you can find everything. I find shit like if I'm not familiar with something and I heard something, I'm like, and I see it, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. I just didn't know it was called that or something. But you can literally find anything.
Yeah.
How beneficial to you is that to you as a I guess a tool?
He doesn't know because he's used to it. He grew up with it.
Yeah,
for us, we're like, oh, you guys, this, that.
So it's kind of it's always been there for you, yeah.
Well, I came into the sport like you were able to film football videos and stuff. So right when I got to high school is when the phones really started becoming a tool, and I mean you could use them however you want, but now on Instagram I'll just find stuff that, and your brain sees it, and then you can put it in emotion and drill it, and there you go. You got something.
Yeah.
Because everyone sees different stuff, so that's the cool thing about it, is we all come together, and we got this, like, creative, style beginning, and I think right now the time we're in is probably one of the best times to be in jiu-jitsu. Because... we know maybe not as much as like the average, brown or higher belt from back in the day, but we've got a wider variety of like tools and resources to find those moves. So
yeah, like look at the Danny hair guys.
Yeah, I see it, man.
Like Nicky was tapping blacks when he was 13.
Crazy, bro.
13 years old as a blue belt.
Yeah.
And now they got the Rutolo twins.
Yeah. Well, those are kids that are doing like Venus and Serena Williams kind trips where like they born and then like, okay, throw a gi on them. You don't go to school.
No.
We got trainers for you to stay at home.
It's amazing.
Jake, tell us about what's going on with you nowadays, man, with training and what's next on your plate.
So I'm trying to create a path, the right path to follow to get to my goal, which my goal is to eventually become an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
It's probably early as hell. I got offered, to fight on Bellator, 1 month notice, and my amateur record is 0-0. I haven't fought. I didn't make tryouts either. So when he came at me with the option to fight, it kind of sparked this energy I had real deep inside of me that wasn't really there beforehand. But it's a long path, but you got to do it the proper way. And I'm surrounded by the right people, not only at my gym, but this island is real special because we all know each other. We all got something to offer.
I don't think anybody has to go off island really to get anything here, man.
I don't want to leave. That's my thing.
And all the gyms are cool. Most where we can just call up guys and go, hey, man.
If you're gonna train here and become a fighter here, you're a fighter from Hawaii. If you go to the mainland and become a fighter there, you're a fighter from the mainland from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this home, so it's like kind of, it's like not emotional, but you can see where I'm coming from. I don't want to leave my team.
Congrats on just recently getting it's not recent, but on just getting your blue belt.
Yeah, it's real special. But.
Yeah. What is I guess everybody's different when they get their blue belt because some freak out, right? Especially depending on how long the journey's been, of like expectation. Then there's some who are motivated where it's like you just got the freaking Batman utility belt and you're ready to freaking climb buildings and shit. Yeah. Is that what you feel like? Like
it brought my skill level up. It was nice having that extra weight. That blue belt, it comes with like new variety of like techniques and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And as I would imagine, my white belt me was like, I still want to be a white belt, but then blue belt me was the next level.
White belt me, blue belt. That's a good one. Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was right on Pan Am's second place. So
yeah, bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, Kyola made it quite special for me.
Before I met you, I remember I was sitting out with Bryson at a party, and he was just like, "Wow, we got this guy named Jake, bro. He's just started, really good guy, and he's just down to roll with everybody. Such a good guy, bro. He was hyping you up as the next big guy coming up.
Nice.
But you gotta ask Bryson about his journey to blue belt. You already know it's gonna be a funny story.
Yo, I believe it.
Yeah. We still gotta get him on the show, man.
No, we gotta get him. He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy.
One thing I like about Bryson is, we connected first time.
No, he's a good guy. Like, you're ready to smile and laugh already.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that says, here's what you're good at, try this. And so he was showing me moves the day before my tournament. I'd go and I'd nail it. Then nail it the next 5 tournaments, He's got a real cool style to how he likes to play. But I admire it. I admire everyone that's got that kind of just switch things up a little bit from the standard.
How much has jiu-jitsu consumed your life?
About 99%.
So here's how I usually when I ask people like, okay, so do you use regular soap or do you use a jiu-jitsu soap?
Jiu-jitsu soap. Who uses
regular
mat? Soap, bro?
Do you, Johnny?
Bruh, you know what? I used to be all about all the jiu-jitsu soaps, but sometimes you just lose track and you leave it in your other gi bag, and I'm like, damn, I need to freaking use conditioner for my soap.
Have you guys used Dr. Bronner's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a go-to.
That's my thing right now.
I have not gone that route yet. I've used the same soap since 1970. I used
really.
Dove, the white one with the extra cream.
But you never got any ringworms, none of that stuff?
Oh, yeah, I have. But, yeah.
It can be helped, yeah.
Yeah.
So you never did try, like, armbar soap and any of that stuff?
No, I haven't tried any of those. So if there's anybody out there that wants to shoot me some, and then I'll bathe and then film it.
Sounds like a good way to get some soap.
I'm trying to remember, but he used to hook us up all the time with armbar soap. Me, Pumai, and BJ. Damn, oh my gosh.
Isn't there somebody close to us that sells a soap? Is Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu?
Jason does.
Jason
Estrella. Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, that's right. He does. What is his soap called?
No, it's just Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu. It's just the soap, soap.
Okay.
Just made from really good stuff.
Okay. Wow. That's what I trip on is that there's jiu-jitsu soap. Like, what makes it jiu-jitsu other than the logo, right?
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm just saying because that's how you know you're into
You're
jiu-jitsu.
gonna ruin it for us.
Right? No, not even. No. It's just like so I buy where I realized was when I started color coordinating per rank.
Okay.
Every, blue belt. It's like, oh, got blue Converse with the blue hat with the, you know what I mean?
I gotta look
belt.
up the thing.
Hey, you guys got purple hats? You guys
got purple hats?
Oh my gosh!
What you got, Johnny?
I gotta look it up. It's gonna eat me up. I'm so embarrassed.
While you're looking for that, I gotta send a shout out real quick to Iowane Palekiko.
Yup, thank you, brother.
This logo. I get stopped all the time.
Yeah, that was clever.
Where people asking me about this logo, and if you guys can see it, just live. Yeah, shout out to Iowane Palekiko, who is where's he at now? He's at Impact Jiu-Jitsu in Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon. Yeah. They look like they got some hammers up there. Huh? Yeah, he's
Brother Chad, armbar soap. Thank you so much for over the years hooking it up. We gotta get another new batch, bro. Armbar soap is the bomb.
Okay,
You never try armbar. You never thought it was so creative that he did the jiu-jitsu gis on top the soap and all of that.
I haven't even paid attention to it because
Shane gets a lot. Shane Thompson gets a lot.
See, I've just once I started seeing things come, I just said, "Oh, it's people trying to capitalize." So I never tried it. And then, but now I'm noticing maybe I should.
Tried it. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff, man.
Do they make like?
I want to eat it.
Does anybody make like a jiu-jitsu deodorant yet?
I never looked into it. Maybe Defense soap might have.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people need it.
Well, they need to take a bath,
big time, bro. Yeah, yeah. Do you guys have that? Do you have a rule at your gym with
showering?
Guys having to be like, like cut nails?
I think it's like a unspoken rule, like the etiquette. But man, I mean, we've all been scratched.
When Bryce used to come with us to Hilo, we used to have a guy we used to call Stinky Gee. Like everyone's like, no, I don't want to partner up with him, and he would just like handpick us. We're like, no, don't pick us, no. You didn't wash your gear.
We had a guy like that too, bro, back in the day. Remember Ian Kadang? Love you, Ian. Yeah, he's in the mainland. But so he used to like train, just right? And then you see him. No. This is the thing, bro. So he'd roll up his gi and he'd stick it in his gym bag. Then he'd put it in his car. And then class would be 2 days later, and then we'd see the gym bag come out, right? And then I'd look and I'd see him about to like unzip it, and I go, I bet you he ain't freaking opened it since freaking Monday. And sure enough, bro, open it, bro, and like freaking like when dead bodies in there just and just come out. Nah. I'll go put him outside real quick. Put him on. Go run outside. Hope the breeze.
Right, there's your ringworm guy right there.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys own a hemp gi? Any of you guys own a hemp?
Yeah,
no, I'm looking into it. How is it? Is it lightweight?
Yep. It's everything it is.
Yeah.
It's
the one I have has a thick collar, but the fabric itself overall is.
Which gi do you have?
Mine is the inverted, the panda.
Oh yeah. No, it's really good. It's like light, but it's a little bit more expensive because of the material, but it's worth it. It's good for the environment. Yeah. Less chance of it doesn't hold like the odor and all that stuff.
It doesn't absorb nastiness. Yeah.
I've had certain fabrics seem to retain like color more than others. I don't know how the hemp is with like color retention, but I've bought black gis where the bottom half will fade before the top half. And it's like
there's
not
also,
good anymore.
There's also like if you guys gone through gis and the pants rip easy, they also have a website called justgipants.com.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool because it was kind of like a common thing with jiu-jitsu gis where your top would last but the pants would like rip.
Okay.
And it's like affordable. It's like maybe $20 to $30 pants, and they have like all the colors, different color threading, like like black and white, black and red, and all that.
How much you spent on gis, bro? Are you in the gi game? You in the gi game?
So I've been lucky enough to have a few given to me, not used ones, but through like some local sponsors and stuff. But the best gis that I've are probably well into the thousands already. I've bought so many that I haven't used. I'm like, I don't.
That's how you know you're addicted when it's like you buy it
$100 a gi,
and then you sell it and you're like, hey, brand new in the bag.
Yeah. No, but back in the day, it was kind of like, you had to rock one gi because, like, if you had too much gis, you're like something else. Like, this guy is just
too much.
Yeah, this guy's too much. But now it's accepted.
Yeah.
I think because Shory Roll probably played a big role in that because they started creating the hype with all these drops and limited drops with all the different color threading.
Yeah.
And now it's like a different game now where, before you couldn't wear certain color gis in academies, but now it's like a lot more accepted, especially with the American culture going more into the jiu-jitsu side because, they try to keep it traditional, but now there's a lot of American influence. They're like, it's a dad.
Yeah, when I first came up, it was like we would always have to have the white gi and like seminars or when everybody was together, everybody had to wear white only on, just regular class could you wear, regular club ones.
I've had like training partners that were visiting and they would scold me for wearing like a different color gi at the Penns. And they're like, oh, you're not supposed to be wearing that. That's like disrespectful. And I'm like, JD, is it disrespectful if I wear this color gi? And they're like, and he would say something fucking smart ass. Like he would say something like, yeah, if you don't wash it or, if you bathe your kid on it or something. I'm like, what? But, yeah. Well, actually, it still goes on in certain academies. Like, you got to wear, like, white gis.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, they have, like, a uniform code. But
sounds like some greasy kind of.
Yeah, well, some people kept that. And then Mendes Brothers, you got to buy, like, if you go to certain academies.
You have to buy their gi.
And usually their gi is, like, 200 plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually do that with my gym. But my gis are cheap, though. But it comes with the, when they first start, they buy the first. That way we have that just one matching one, and then after that they can buy whatever the hell they like.
But I like that idea.
Just have one, and it's cool. It's included in the registration, so it's like,
or have to wear it for tournaments. Like I make sure I wear,
foundation.
My foundation.
Yeah. You gotta rep your colors.
I got break point, show you roll. But honestly, it's like. It doesn't really define. Other than the patches and stuff, though, I feel like foundation or wearing your organization's gi is it's respectful. A given.
What are you? I've been lately because I know you do the Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
Me lately has been hard. Trying to get hard to find gis. My latest purchase was I got the. It was the. Oh God, what was the name of it? It was Anthony Noigi, but it was his it was his Grappling Unlimited / Purebred fight gi. So it was the one that he would actually go into the ring with. So it's like patched up like old school Carlson Gracie.
Did you use that for training or just for
who?
Did you use the Anthony Noigi for like?
Yeah, just for training. Yeah, anytime I have.
Now I'm trying to be smart about that. I remember I thought somebody ripped my Dragon Ball Z. Oh, I was like, no, I think it was limited. Especially if it's limited edition.
Yeah.
I thought James Kapahu ripped my, my James Kapahu?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that guy has like freaking
the gi collection.
No. He has like the fireman grip.
Oh.
Yeah. And one time we were doing takedowns. Like I think we were just doing grip fighting, and I remember like we were like talking about our day, and I was trying to break his grip, and I heard this. I'm like, no, not this gi. Not my Dragon Ball Z gi. And he's like, sorry. I'm like, you shouldn't be wearing that gi if we're gonna be training. I was like, you know what? He is correct. He is correct. If I
do you have a
care about this gi?
Like a formal?
But you bet I went that night getting ready to buy like another pair. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna brand new and I'm gonna save this for like my funeral. Like bury me like that.
Bury me in this gi.
I know. Do you have a formal gi?
No, I use my Varron kimono gis most of the time. They surprisingly they lasted. They didn't rip on me.
Oh, Vandal's my
pretty good.
The Inspire one with the triangle on the over here. That's like one of my favorite gis, bro. Because it's not heavy, like uncomfortable heavy, but yet it's like thick like one tank, good. Bro. Like you wearing one tank. Yeah.
I actually gotta go pick up Hawaii Jiu-Jitsu gi from Jason. I've been slacking. Yep. Jason's a really good guy. I love
he
what
has
he's
nice
doing.
skis, affordable.
Nice skis, affordable. The money goes to foundation to help kids that can't afford skis. So it's really,
he's made an impact in the sport for
Jason's
sure.
He's such a good guy, bro. Such a good guy.
He really is. He really is. I remember the night he was gonna get his black belt, and I remember
how long has he been a black belt?
Well, how long has it been? I want to say maybe 3-4 years. No, 2 to 4 years it feels like.
Okay.
But I remember when the word was that because Jason didn't come downstairs yet, and they were like, "Oh, Jason's gonna get his black belt." I'm like, "What? For real tonight?" I'm like, I was all stoked, like, "Oh," because I like to be there for my friends' promotions. Like like I'm happy when I see other guys get promoted like on like Instagram and stuff. But I would love to be there just to you know because the journey,
the energy, man.
The energy and just the brotherhood and
especially when it's those long time coming kind of promotions, man.
It's just because it's such a crazy lifestyle that you're doing outside of like making a way of living, and then you bang each other up Monday through Fridays usually, and then it's kind of like you see people progress and train through injuries and make sacrifices and all of that stuff. And I remember when Jay was gonna get his black belt, we're all excited for him because he contributes to the gym a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they were promoting all the kids and they called up Jason, and Jason was like, what's happening? We're like, we want to thank Jason. And Jason was already like, oh no, don't do this. No. Because Jason doesn't like to be the attention. Focus on the kids, focus on the school. And I think he was waiting to see his wife because he wanted his wife to be there. Yeah. And of course, because she's, those kind of things are part of the journey too. But I remember it. Yeah, it's a big thing. My goal for jiu-jitsu is to develop a game for MMA.
Well, right now it's still in the making, but I found that I really love jiu-jitsu. It's my main thing, but MMA will come in its time. I train Muay Thai with Nui, and we got Rudy Valentino, BJJ Penn striking coach. Comes over on his own time, Fridays, and I catch him when I can, but most of the training I do is on my own time. Actually, I got his book, BJ Penn's fighting book, for Christmas a long time ago, and
the Book of Knowledge.
The Book of Knowledge. Man,
the Book of Knowledge. Oh man, hey, I asked BJ, dude, when you gonna keep it going, man? He goes, I know, we gotta finish it.
The book has really helped me not only develop my game, but get an understanding of how his game was too. You study these fighters; they all have a certain style to them, and just like us, like it's something I admire. And
I think that there should be a movie about BJ.
Dude,
you think so?
Dude. I think
that's long awaited already, right?
If especially for Hawaii, you know what I mean. Like, if you look at. And I'm sure there's other martial artists out there that should get their just due with their story of representing their country. Mm-hmm. But like Hawaii is a whole nother trip because we're a whole nother country to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people look at it as a state, but we look at us as a country. So he made an impact in the sport at a fast time. And in a fast time. At a time where like now heroes are every...
to pump them up.
Every so many months, there's a new hero. There's a new this. BJ held reign for like a long time.
BJ was crazy. That's why it's kind of like, man, I see like how everything is now. like BJ, like if he won the belt in that division, he wants to go up and fight for like the next division up. He wants to fight that champion. He doesn't like, oh no, I'm gonna
stay here.
No. And he was the first one to kind of use like the internet heavy.
Yeah.
You know, like when they said he said you want to know how I feel? Go to bjpen.com, yeah. And then he freaking dug out.
And that
was the shit, bro.
And that's the cool thing about the Penn family is they were very invested in the growth of mixed martial arts. Yeah, everything was all like for the sport and cleaning up the sport, especially like the website. Like, you know, BJ is not competing right now actively, but that website contributes to a lot of the MMA news because they have a lot of inside connections in the industry.
BJpen.com has become like you said, the news, like the CNN and somewhat of the TMZ at the same time. Yeah, Dana White
calls it the TMZ.
Yeah, it's kind of it's to see it because there's serious news on there too that you know you want to hear, and then there's other stuff where it's like I didn't want to hear about that. But but the thing is that at least it's talking about stuff that's what we think about.
Yeah.
So there's something always for us to look at and read and find out who's stupid in the world, who's doing this. I mean, if not, how else would we find out? That's what I guess what I was, you know, with talking with Jeremiah when he was here, Labano, of how, like, you know, back in the day you couldn't really market yourself, where now you can market yourself. I mean, now it's part of the game where, like, man, you know, you want to be part of this, you're going to sell tickets, you're going to help fill the house, you know, use social media, use your own flyers. Back in the day, bro, you lucky you
fight to win.
Yeah, that's a good example of using social media and, you know, to be able to put on these amazing shows. You know what I mean? Good stuff, man. Back in the day, bro, you didn't know who was there till you got there.
No.
Right?
Yeah, no, yeah. It's just like
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Well, the unknown, you know, it's just testing yourself, and you know, that's why I think it's a great thing for kids. You know, like jiu-jitsu is like a beautiful vehicle, you know, for you know, kids that they're not sure what sport they want to play, or if they have like insecurity issues, or, you know, they're having any kind of bullying issue, or they're too shy, like they don't want to be in the open. But, you know, I think it's a great tool, you know, for making friends and physical health, mental health, and especially now that there's a lot more jiu-jitsu tournaments now for like the kids. Like it seems like it's getting more catered towards the kids because that's where the money's at. Because eventually in jiu-jitsu, like when you start going up the ranks, then you kind of fall back into a coaching role because of, like, you know, like let's say a family work, but the kids, you know, you're willing to drop everything for the kids.
Yeah.
So it seems like the industry is like kind of marketed towards the kids, because especially like for brands, I remember when Pomai was doing all her stuff, everybody was like more interested in throwing out stuff for her.
Yeah.
Because she was a girl and she would compete against boys.
We make pink geese just for her.
No, just you know, it's cool to see little kids, you know, like especially that was during the Ronda Rousey era.
What has to go towards kids? I mean, hell, 16-year-olds are in freaking Abu Dhabi nowadays.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that before. It was
That's
like
what I'm saying.
hardcore. Yeah, it was like hardcore
it's
back
like
in the
now,
day.
Yeah. Before it was like, it was so connected to MMA, where now it's just connected to good character.
Yeah.
You know, which is why we had you on, my brother. No, it's nice.
It's the next generation.
Yeah, but you're a refreshing bucket of humility.
See that? So don't see that. So